And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be carrying on the main story in Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. And as always, hello from Mithrie. Hello. So we are here at Favnir at 2536, and we need to talk to Matsaya. The quest is called A Fisherman's Friend. Matsaya regards you nervously. If I may ask, what is it that you do? Crafter extraordinaire. An adventurer, you say, and you travel the world helping people? Then that must mean that you're great at dealing with strangers. Please don't. Why won't you teach me to be like you? You see, I've brought some fresh fish with me. The portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. Okay, so what you need to do, when people don't buy your fish, you just curse at them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Calzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? Can you do all the work? If you're willing, please let me know, and we can begin at once. So, the events to follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Interesting. So, you'll do it then. Show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Right, please try peddling the fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yedomad. I will observe you and learn. Okay, he's now following me. Interesting. So where do I need to go first? Over there? Nearly fell in the water. Alrighty. Yes? Fish, I got fish here. Fresh fish straight from the sea's bottom to your mouth. Greetings, friend. How fare you of late? Greetings to you too. I suppose I'm well enough given the circumstance. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that first appeared. Sorry, that tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remained there for now, but I could not stay away. I had to come back, continue with my life, such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. It's too risky out here. Maybe you ought to move to the city too. There's no place like home, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I head to the Radiant host's instructions. I heed their Radiant instructions. I hope they deal with it soon so that we can get back to our normal lives. To the days when you could earn as much as you gave, and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. Speaking of meals, why not have some fresh fish today? Those days will come again before you know it. Till then, stay safe. Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger. When you bait me like that, how can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is Shallow's cod. Delicate stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkle of salt. You succeed in making a sale. Nice. Alright. Let's see where the next one is. So I've now got my Collector Edition mount. You can watch my Collector Edition mount video if you want to learn how you get it. Okay, so the next person is right there. So let's go. Yep, there he is. Or is it a she? I guess we'll see when we get closer. You lost sight. Speak with him again to reform your group. Well, it's bound to happen because I'm mounted and he isn't. Whoopsie doopsie whoopsie. I'll just leave this in because it can happen. So when you have the people following you, it's best to just run rather than mount up. Just in case. It was a mistake that was bound to happen at some point. And I'll need to remember this when I unlock flying. Ashreen is a lady. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by any chance? If so, I want to buy some amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. Shamra, my fresh fish is the only thing you need. What do you need so many amra for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. I am a stocktaker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By that same token, nothing is coming in from overseas, but not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking for when the next shipment is arriving for this and that and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. Are you sure you're actually hungry? I know how you feel. Thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. It took my mind off my troubles for a moment. Conversation ends without a sale. Never mind. If nothing else, you left her with a positive impression. Let's move on to the north side of town, shall we? Fair enough. So, at least I got one sale. I guess not every single conversation has to be like, you know, have you heard of Fish Prime? You could link your Fish Prime account to your stomach. No, not every conversation has to end like that. Alright, so we're nearly there now. So let's see if we can sell fish to this guy. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh god, my stomach, ugh. If it's no, not so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. And fresh fish will settle your stomach, and mine are the freshest of all. You have to take it easier, eat more slowly, and savor your food. Would that I could. But I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And so I'm working as hard as I can while I still can. The better to be prepared. What an industrious young man you are. How do you intend to prepare? By stockpiling supplies. For that, I need to earn coins so I can buy food, medicine, what have you. So how about some fish for your supplies? They're fresh caught. You have anything suitable? Well, fish wouldn't be bad, but I don't want to go through the hassle of preserving them myself. I'd rather buy the stuff that's ready to store. So I'm afraid I'll have to pass on your fish. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be getting back to work. Fail. I should have asked Matt Sawyer. Too bad we couldn't make a sale, but we did manage to build something of a relationship. Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly eye-opening experience. Come, let us return to the pier. Yeah, how to make a sale by Mithrie. Only succeeds 33% of the time. Okay, so let's go back. So I should be able to sprint. Yeah, I can sprint. I'm purposely avoiding mounting so that he stays on my tail. So let's put him back where we found him. Almost there. Let's talk to him. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell one of the 3 people you approached. It was difficult, but when you put your mind to it, you succeeded. Though you did fail too, there are lessons to be learned in both success and failure. By applying yours, I'll endeavor to become a better peddler. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kazal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsuya? Kazal, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me, try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options. At this rate... So you can't buy my fish anymore? I'm sorry, Matsuya, I truly am, but for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you, I do, but as it stands, I can barely help myself. I've poured all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I have friends and family depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. Gazelle. Come back, I want your money. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure that I'll manage somehow. Well, I had best return to my village. My thanks again. Please take care on the road. Alrighty. Okay, so where's the next one? Speak with Thancred. He's at the Aether Crystal. So once I get there, we will continue. Okay, so we made it back to Thancred. Let's talk to him. So, I see that you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust? I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many local livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telephoroi. Okay, that's complete. So let's talk to Thancred again. The next quest is called House of Divinities. So helping a struggling fisherman you've only just met to peddle his catch? Yes, you would do something like that. Okay, so let's actually talk to Estinian. Judging by his furrowed brow, something important has occurred to Estinian. That Matsuya fellow you were helping, he's Arca Sodera, is he not? Apparently, it's almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? If summoning is his perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Arca Sodera would be their primary targets. For it's the faith of their ancestors which prevailed in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We better go after him. Aclea lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kryle's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Fair enough, fair enough. So we need to go over there. So once we get there, we will continue. Okay, we made it. So now let's examine this destination. So you do not see Matsuya nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Are we going near the tower? Alright, let's go. Okay, so we made it up to the vantage point. So let's examine again. You do not see Matsuya from here either. No, leave me alone. Help, somebody help. Matsuya's voice, and it came from the north. Uh-oh. There's a shout really loudly. Okay, let's check the map. Alright, it's not too far from here, so let's go. Hopefully these... well, they might be aggressive. Okay. Ah. Alright, so let me summon my Chocobo companion. My Chocobo's level 20, so I might as well use it, you know? I have found that the Chocobo companion at max rank seems to be very, very powerful. Alright. Let's talk to Matsuya. Where did they go? Why are you here? I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me. I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest, think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We learned that the Arca Sodra were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city? We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean is all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. It is our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What can Zhao tell us of these beings, thus? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of Divinities in the old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. That one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Will thou not tell us thine divinities and their true nature? You come all this way to save us, really? To think that I had you peddling fish. But to answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I am a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good, God-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge, and fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akiyali? Akiyali? Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. Cool. So, 'tis the simulacra of Favnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Tannish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods. Like as not, as you said, we do well to study their religious traditions. To Akali, or Akiyali. Alright, so let's go. Okay, so we caught up with Matsuya at the village, so let's take a look. He says, welcome to Akiyali, my friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much here save that, but please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Ganga and old Hazavyadya. They're free at the moment, as it happens. Fair enough. I'm not the best at pronouncing these words, you know, English. So, Kanga. So, you wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusya, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Mraga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together, they are divinities. Their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insights and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. Cool. So now let's talk to How's everything going with your Kadar? Like, oh, my darling husband, what should we call our baby? Okay, that'll do. Yes, that's gonna be our loving child's name. So, interested in learning about our gods, you say? That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Manasya and the Maya, deities who look like men and beasts, respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of Manasya, the Mragya cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manasya coveted the might of the Mragya, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Mansyar have worn animal faces, and the Yaga the limbs of men. Interesting. Alright, so let's go back to Saya. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust? While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go fetch it from my home at once. Fair enough. So apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll, which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should see to it. We should like to see it. Oh wow. Are they the Magus sisters? They are Mancia. You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters? The center one is the eldest, Shidurava, a goddess for wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sanduruva. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is Minduruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts and so is beloved by weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion to the Manusya, the deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Mriga, if I may ask? The Mriga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Arca Sodara. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. You worship dragons too? It's said that an ancestor of the Staptrap, that's the ruler of Radzahan, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in the ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legends hold that if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally? You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I am confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right, I believe it's time we saw out Kryle's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Cool. Let's complete that quest. Alright, so the next quest is called The Great Work. Messiah has a shine in his eyes that wasn't there before. Did you say that you're going to see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant, beautiful, kind, and understanding. And did I say that she's beautiful? I could stare at her dainty eyes and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes, when I meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Okay. I'll try not to. Okay, so we need to go all the way there, and we can claim that Aephorite. So once we get there, we will continue. Okay, so we've made it to this village. And it looks like everyone's been slaughtered. Well, this sucks.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison. Thinkest thou they but slumber? I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, so they might be asleep.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see. I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow.
Okay, so they're not dead, they're just asleep. Got it. I was thinking, yeah, this is a very morbid turn for Final Fantasy XIV.
People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
It might be foreshadowing to a future event in the expansion, though.
Scales? We have new scales?
Fair enough.
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people? Of course! You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Ah, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova!
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Seems like there's a lot of alchemists in this town.
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with dragons.
Jesus.
Yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Yeah, they're all alchemists.
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not?
I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
Okay.
Now, see here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
Random.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
E. So let's go. I guess first, before we do that, let's quickly attune to the Aephorite so that we can teleport here in the future. I do know crafters when I see them. Okay. So finally we can get out the rain. So allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kryl herself is tied up with another investigation, Mithrie is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of aether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans, talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested today, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we will be ready to conduct a field test, and here is where you and your blessing of light come in. Whatever it is, just leave it to me. What exactly is it that you need me to do? Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Nothing complicated, I assure you. We ask only that you serve as an escort. I'll explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. In that case, Urianger and I will find out other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect that you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you're ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and then turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing to some preparations. Alrighty then. Okay, so let's go and meet up with Nitana. Okay, so we caught up with Nitana, so let's talk to her. So I hope you didn't have trouble finding this place or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many sleepless night, the drunken Deeper. A Deeper is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of aether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe aether sickness. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. Alright. So, let's get this drunken deeper. So, commencing a ferric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing a ferric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. Follow the drunken deeper's lead and try not to fall behind. Okay, let's go. So ready, Aether, please stand back. As my chocobo doesn't care. Okay, the chocobo died apparently. You were struck by a powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. Okay, next. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. You stand back. Okay. You are struck by another powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject stomach and bowel integrity holding confirmed. Resuming test, please follow. Please stand back. You are struck by another powerful blast of Aether, but suffer no ill effects. The Blessing of Light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Subject Fortitude rated. Impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Resuming test, please follow and brace for final discharge. I'm back. You are stuck by the strongest blast of Aether. Ferric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. So congratulations on returning your composure and your humors. Alright. Longest journey ever. So, as you return, and not on your knees, a promising sign. But come, let me take the Deeper off your hands. So, let's give it back. So, having exhausted all of its Aether, the Drunken Deeper is now having a well-earned rest. I don't know, it's giving me Fantasia vibes. Thank you. I shall replenish its Aether for when we test the talisman. So no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort. You're feeling perfectly fine. And the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower will corrupt your Aether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. Cool. So, I think that's a good time to stop, so thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie. Bye guys.